Hello everyone, this is Debo and welcome to today's In Z News. So today is Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday, so you guys know what's coming. It's the next Garden Tales care update, and in today's video, we will run through what is to come in the upcoming patch. And without further ado, let us start today's video. So the first thing on the list is obviously the introduction of the new unit, Android Mk2. So this looks like a husbando android, even though if I remember correctly, Mk2 should be a female within the story, but who cares, right? So this is a dark ranger unit, and it's been a while since the dark element received a range attacker, so it's really cool to see whether or not Arabelle will become stronger with this unit. And as usual, I'll be including the skills as well as the weapon translation on the screen somewhere on the right hand side, so you guys can refer to it. So I'll let it stay for a few seconds before moving on. Next, we will move forward, and they also announced the release of Nightmare Volca with a pimped up Lilith over here. So I think this one was actually announced in the previous week for a spoiler thing, but I didn't cover it, but here it is. So the first 3 stages will be open first, and then subsequently the subsequent stages will be open. So it's as the usual. I'll definitely cover this once it's officially released. And there's a new floating comic special, okay, and tons of buffs this time around, right? They buff Eva, Gabriel, Eleanor, Beth, Garum, as well as Arabelle, right, in terms of their stats. So Eva, Gabriel, Eleanor, Beth, and Garum getting a HP buff and some defense buff for Eleanor, Garum, and Eva. Okay, I think the Eva buff could actually make her really good, because I think personally right now in the Colosseum, right, Eva is a really good basic support because of her buffs and her heals and her basic party buff. So wow, all these buffs could actually make all these units even better within the Colosseum itself. Maybe not the arena, but the Colosseum. For the Beth side, I think the slight buff to her attack and stamina isn't really going to do much, but then again, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And Garum is receiving a lot of HP, so maybe he'll become viable. All these different buffs always tend to surprise even myself, so I shall wait until the official change before talking more about how these buffs will affect the heroes. And moving downwards, we also have some hero improvement in terms of the chain skill for Arabelle, the chain skill for Lupina, increase in numbers, and the increase in attack range for Nari by approximately 0.15 squares. So 0.15 square is pretty huge under certain situation, but I don't think this will change Nari's position within raid itself, because the attack range is not the main issue, and I don't think it will change much within the arena as well, because Nari isn't seeing too much use now because of the many counters and better units. So this increase in attack range will make her a bit better, but won't have much difference as a general meta. And the last one is Rue. So Rue received a super duper major buff, okay. So number 1, increase in movement speed while using close shot, and the damage of the first and second hit of the approach shot is increased, and the damage of the 4th and 5th hit is decreased. The total damage remains the same. So I assume the close shot is the normal attack, and the approach shot is the weapon skill. So the close shot attack results in a movement speed increase, which is pretty huge for Rue, and the damage of the first 2 tick increasing means that Rue's weapon skill is gonna hurt a lot on the first 2 hits, even though the 4th and 5th hit is really decreased, right? But the good thing is you want the initial burst in damage. So I think this is a super duper good buff for her, and charge time is further reduced from 7 seconds to 6 seconds, and the linkage judgment time is advanced by 0.1 second. So the last statement, I'm not very sure what it is talking about, but just based off the previous 3 statements, Rue is gonna be really powerful after this patch. If Rue is not coming back, or rather if Rue is not seeing increase in usage, I don't know what else can actually make her even better. So yeah, this is pretty huge already. And next, we will move on to the improvement for exclusive weapon improvement. So Terminator, increase in the Slay support shooting target distance by 0.5 square, so increase in the targeting range. And Innocence, increase in stinger damage to 240%, and Genocide's plasma bounce grenade damage increase to 185%. Okay, so many buffs to Arabelle, right? And quite a major buff to Rue. So wow, this is crazy. I can't wait to see how much this patch will actually change the meta for the arena side for the very least, because I think this will shake up the meta by quite a bit. Okay, and moving forward, we can see that this could possibly be the first ever nerf to any of the hero, and that is when Mk.2 is equipped with Omega Blaster, the weapon skill level is changed from +5 to +4, so the same as other rifle only weapons. So the attack power and the charging time are the same as before, and that means there's a slight damage nerf to Mk.2's weapon skill, right? Because the weapon skill level decreased from +5 to +4. So this is the first ever, possibly the only nerf so far, although they classify it as a bug fix. But decreasing the weapon skill damage for Mk.2 is a okay nerf in my opinion, because Mk.2 is heavily relying on her normal attack. So the change to weapon skill doesn't really affect her that much, although she will become slightly less powerful, but whatever, she's a broken unit, really good still. And let us move on to the next one. So Leatherbrain, okay, Tower Horizon, okay, new co-op map as usual, okay, change of beginner mission, okay, so all these are the changes. So the previous one gave 40 stamina, and the current one gave all these additional rewards. Okay, so I think they changed over, right, for the beginner's mission, okay, from existing to the new one. Okay, so Guardian Point tickets, new collection, which is Mk.2's gun over here. Other bug fixes and improvements. As usual, I won't really cover these bug fixes and improvement in general, right? I'll just show it on the screen and I will brush through it. So if you guys are interested in this, I'll link the news update in the description down below. So visit this page to find out more about these bug fixes. And let me scroll down to the new product. Okay. One step product with goods. Mid-Autumn Festival Special Package. Okay, so all these packages will be covered more in depth when the official release drops, so no worries about that. And there's a Chong Suk Memorial Epic Transcendence Hammer package. Okay, so this is your usual purchase epic limit break hammer with 5,000 gems, so it's coming back. This is pretty good, right? I think there's some event going on in Korea, and this is introduced to the Korea side, but I'm not very sure whether or not it'll come to the global side, because the Chong Suk Memorial over here is a Korean special event, so that's something to take note of. And we also have a 50 free summon events. Okay, Ha Guangwi attendance event, pick up summon. Okay, line event, raid. Okay, season 9, so Coco's Guardian Pass. Okay, so this is pretty good, right? The FP Super Costume is coming to the Korean server and subsequently the global server as well. So this is the one that the CN server is seeing used right now. So we are getting it. Super duper cool effect, by the way. And okay, so Kamel is receiving the old man costume, right? Mk.2 is receiving a costume as well. So these are the costume rotations. Over here, I'll scroll through. And lots of equipment rotations. The two new ones are the pink color mic as well as this feather looking bow. Okay, scrolling down. Okay, so this one is pretty major. So this is the Guild Conquest War. So in addition, we briefly introduced the Guild Conquest War, which is currently being developed as a new guild content. So please understand that it is difficult to provide detailed information on a lot of information as it is still under development. So Guild Occupation War are not competitions between guild like guild raids. It's a PvE content in which guild members cooperate to occupy the stronghold of enemy forces within the guild. Okay, nodes can be captured through battle, and it is possible to pay strategically using useful occupation effects. So it will be conducted alternatively with guild raids. So they are developing with the goal of updating this in October. So this is just a notice, it's not an announcement. But what we can see is a guild war feature that is not really a PvP, but rather a PvE content based on the initial description. So This is something that I look forward to for the longest time possible, because I think a lot of my members within the guild has been with the guild for very long, and a lot of us are waiting for a guild war kind of content, and this is something that is definitely gonna spice things up for the guild war side. And that's it for today's Indie News. Do stay tuned to the KR stream tomorrow with regards to the new Hero Mk2 as well as the many other updates to come. And I thank you for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe in order to see more content from this channel, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!